Hey y'all, welcome back to Lily Her Podcast. I'm your host, Ayana Mariah, and you are now listening to a Big Yarn production, boo. We ain't playing no games, never have, never will, never came to play. It is a solo episode, so I love being back on the mic, just me and you, y'all. Just us to hear, chat, and talk about my little inside thoughts or whatever, and put out whatever I want to release into the world. On today's episode today, I want to say this is for anybody that is feeling stuck, feeling like we need a little bit more extra a little something in your life, and I'm here to give it to you today. I'm going to start your week off right by just leaving a little message that I think is very crucial to the mind, crucial to the whole spirit nowadays, especially with everything going on. So with that being said, I just want you guys to sit here and think. And it's something I've been thinking about a little bit as well. What if we're not behind? What if you're just waiting on clarity, waiting on peace, waiting on the perfect time to delay everything that we've ever believed in? At this moment in time, I'm not here to do any of that. And I think that a lot of us have been in a wave of doing this. I think it's something that we all fall victim to, but we fall victim to it because we can't pinpoint it. We don't know what we're looking for. We don't know what the issue is. So I'm here to dive a little bit deeper into it. And like I said, not only are we talking about getting unstuck today, but we're going way deeper into that. Deeper than you can imagine. Now, it might make some of y'all uncomfortable. I'm 100% that I am probably going to do that because I know, when we talk about hard conversations, sometimes it's a little bit hard to sit in that. And I'm not even trying to take y'all there today, but I do think it's very important to do so. So with that being said, I realized that I think I was stuck. Really, I think I was just scared. I think I felt like I was out of time. I felt like I was out of answers. For real. I feel like I was just stuck in where I was, if that makes sense. And if you have ever felt like that, you resonate with it. I really want to question y'all's thought on what you think about time and how you should handle the time that we do have on this earth and just what God is giving us. I feel like I was hiding behind time. It isn't that you are hiding behind time. It's that you are scared to choose. You don't want to choose. You are just being asked to show up right now. Be present with this video and everything that I'm going to bring to you today. I think a lot of times we say that we're working on it. We're working on figuring out the right answer. We're working on figuring out what our next move is or when we should make this right decision. And I think that even just saying I'm working on it is a trap with good intentions. Because yes, you can have good intentions for these things, but if you're continuing to work on things and you're continuing to say you're just working on things with no action gets you nowhere. It becomes a trap. For me, I remember like my mom, not to call my mom out, love you to death girlfriend, but on her Instagram, she used to have in the bio and used to say like I'm a work in progress. And for a long time, I just thought that was so tea as a little girl. Like I used to think like, yeah, it never really made sense to me. I never thought of it at one point, but at the end of the day, I think it's not always good to continue. I realized that for me, myself, I didn't want to always be a work in progress. I didn't want to always just be living in my healing. I wanted to heal from it. I want to learn my lesson and get over it. I don't want to sit in anything longer than I would have to. I think a lot of the times we're working on it so much that we get blindsided. We get blindsided in actually deciding what might be best for us, even though we might know. Like we know, healing is real. Growth is very real. All of these things are present in our lives, but hiding is real too. And not being able to fully, show up and like the lessons that you have learned is also a problem as well. It sets you back from things that you were supposed to be, moved on seasons about. It's time to understand that time is linear, as they say. I think we should really even be questioning if time is real. What you do with it is what you do with it. You're letting go of everything that you're supposed to be actually taking care of. I hope that I am making sense. At the end of the day, change is not linear. It's a decision. It's a decision that we all decide to make. Like I said, time might not even be real. So what you do with it is your choice. And I say this to say, you do not need 5 years to change your life. In the last solo episode, we talk about becoming her and literally building the best version of ourselves, which we can do, yes. But that's also something and steps that you can take in that moment. It is not nothing that you have to wait 5-6 years to accomplish. It all starts with you deciding to make a decision today and you deciding to step into this person today. Sometimes it's very hard to have these conversations because it's hard for us as a whole, as a collective, as a generation to be present in these moments, because a lot of the times, like, we have so many distractions nowadays that it is very hard for us to be present in where we are and how we feel and the next moves that we should be making, because we have so much different influences in front of us, and not only are we having these influences, but we have our own feelings as well. So I think it all ties into each other, but what really matters, like I said, is what you decide to do with this moment. It is not nothing that you have to change in 5 years. It's not something that you have to change in 5 months. It's something that you can change in the next 5 minutes, actually. Like, truly becoming the best version of yourself requires you to step into who you are called to be. You know, you can't be scared of change. You can't be scared of what's next. Delay looks like peace when you dress it up in healing language. You're not really putting a step forward into making a change in a decision or in the lifestyle that you want for yourself. And I think, you know, this is for the girl or for the boy that says they are not ready or think that they are not ready, that think society is telling them or letting society tell them that they are not ready. You are ready. It is all up to you to decide who you want to be and what your life is going to look like. You already know what you want to do. You already know what you're waiting for, and you already know what feels easier. It's all about making that hard decision. I think it's very hard to have these conversations because, especially in the Black community, it's not something that I think was brought up. Like, we talk about taking ourselves out of, like, autopilot, but baby, don't nobody tell us what autopilot genuinely looks like. And I think for me, that was something that I had to learn. For, like, autopilot is when you are living your life every single day from what is programmed in you. If you wake up and you go to work at this time and you come home and you go get your food and you come back home, take a shower, get on FaceTime, chill, watch TV, play the game, do this, do that. That is your everyday routine. If nothing comes out of that, if you don't do anything outside of that, and let's say even if your routine is to go into the gym as well, baby, we can add that in there. But if you're still not taking time to journal and you think about it as something just something as a chore to do, you're not going to want to get it done. And I hope I'm making sense with this. You can't keep living every day on autopilot and expect something to change. And I think a lot of the times we go about it every day and we don't do things outside of the ordinary. We don't go on walks. We don't get out and just do random things. Like, if we get a download in our mind to tell us to do something else, that's not 9 to 10 what you're going to go do, because you are used to doing the same thing. And when you continue to do the same thing, that's the autopilot that I'm talking about. But you do have to get out of your faulty programming of what you are used to in your everyday life and decide to make those decisions to step out on a limb, to do something different, do something different with your day. Presence means noticing when you're slipping. And I think the only way that you can get out of autopilot is to be very present in where you are. Because if I'm being present in my whole day and every single step, if I tell myself I'm not going to do this thing anymore, I have a bad habit that I'm not going to do, and I decide not to do it, you have to be very, very, very present in exactly what you are doing in your day-to-day to know where you need to make change. If you say that this is a bad habit that I have and I'm not going to make this decision no more, I'm not going to do this anymore, but you go about your day and you're not present in what you're doing, or that's in your mind, you will continue to dip back into it. You're stuck in programming, and this is what they want from us. You know, this is exactly what they want from us. I don't want it for myself. I'll be damned if I let y'all keep it for y'all self. You know, like, this is something that we need to know. It's something that I think will better all of us, honestly. It's something that we don't even know we do. So I just wanted to be very transparent about this because, you know, it's uncomfortable and it's a very unsettling conversation to have, I think, especially when you start feel those changes going on in your life, or, you know, you start to realize like, hey, this actually like might be me, or maybe I am doing these type of things, or I am, you know, like it's a very uncomfortable conversation to have. But I do truly believe that it's all up to what you do with your time. You get what I'm saying? With this time, if you're deciding to be very present in everything that you're doing, you'll be able to accomplish what you want because you're being present in the now. Instead of, you know, worrying about something else later, or saying that, hey, I'm going to hold off on doing this thing, or I'm going to do it when I'm ready. I'm going to do it when I think that I'm ready, or I'm going to do it when I feel, you know, 100% more better, because confidence just let the confidence come. You know, confidence is going to come when it comes, but you have to bring yourself up ready to the stand. You got to bring yourself up ready to the podium. And when you see them people, it's go time, you know? And that's kind of how I be thinking about life. I hope that this makes sense to you guys. I really want to come up here and put this out there because I think it's something that's very hard to sometimes make a decision on when it comes down to doing these things for yourself, or making these hard decisions for yourself, especially when you don't know nothing about it, y'all. It's a very uncomfortable conversation to have, but I truly do believe that this is what they want us to do. They want us to be stuck in this autopilot, because, you know, if you continue to do the same thing every day, you're not questioning your mindset. You're not questioning different things to go do anything better with your life. You get what I'm saying? Like, you continue doing the same thing, and that's not better for society as well. So I don't really know. I don't know if I'm making sense, y'all. I hope I am. I know I made good goddamn sense. If you get it, you get it. You don't. But I hope that this episode leaves you with something. I hope that you're able to take this little message and take it throughout your week with you. At the end of the day, time is what you make it. You know, we don't even know if time is real, babe. And the time that we do have, you use it wisely. You be present in everything. That version, take these last episodes and you combine them together. You take and you build the version of yourself, your version of your her, your version of your him. You take her and you build her and you do exactly what you need to with her. But also remember that she does not need to be waited on. She does not need to be built and left to the side. She needs to be built, catered to, and loved, same way you would do to your man, same way you would do to your pet, same way you would do to your business, same way you would do to your family, your grandmother, your grandfather. That's exactly what you would do. Your children, you know, take care of her the same way you take care of everything else. That's the only way to have that change in your life. It does also come a time with understanding that, like, she doesn't need to be waited on. She's going to grow with you as well, but it also comes with you starting to make these decisions for your own. And like I said, just being present in the decisions that we are making, and being able to take ourselves out of faulty programming and reprogram our thinking, reparent our thinking to make the correct changes to just suffice everything that we need it to be. I know that it's very hard. It's a lot harder said than done. Nobody's telling you to be perfect, but it does start with every second. You can decide to get up and be present right now. And if you fall short right now, you can actually be present at this moment right here that we're sitting in right now. And the next one that we're about to sit in as well. And the same one you're about to sit in after this video is over. I understand how hard it can be nowadays to step out of any faulty program, especially when ain't nobody telling us and they hiding this information from us, y'all. I don't want this to ever be me in a predicament like this, so that's why I'm also making it very apparent to doing it for y'all. But with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I hope I left you guys with something that you guys can take throughout your week. And I want to challenge you this week to be very present in everything that you're doing. You decide what you want your week to look like, and you fall no short of that. Adding a couple new things in there that betters you. Because if you are putting new things in your schedule and you're scared to make these new changes for yourself, baby, nothing is also getting changed. So I just also want to leave y'all with that as well. And with that being said, I enjoyed this episode today. This was a short one. I'm excited I'm gonna be honest, since this is a short one, it's a solo episode, y'all, I need to also let y'all know this. September, as we know, burnout is very real, and I think a lot of times we don't cater to burnout. With that being said, in order to keep the podcast running and keep your girls on all 10 toes, but around September, August, your girl starts needing a little fixer-upper. The podcast will be taking a break between that time. The last episode, I think, will be maybe the last Monday of August. I think it's August 24th. Other than that, we'll be seeing you guys October. I don't want to say first, whatever the first Monday of October is, I will be seeing you guys bright and early. Then have a very big surprise for you guys around that time as well. So just look forward to it. I'm excited to talk to you guys. I was excited to talk to you guys today, and thank you guys for listening. I hope this episode leaves you with something, and have a blessed one. Bye.